On a Friday night in Anderson, South Carolina, the two best words in college basketball, tournament time in the NCAA Division II Southeast Regional 2019 edition. Hello, everyone. Rickson Lane joining you courtside at the Abney Athletic Center as we get ready for the final matchup on a packed day here at the home of the Anderson Trojans. The 4-5 matchup between the Lander Bearcats out of the Peach Belt Conference and the Carson-Newman Eagles, who hail from the South Atlantic. And it's a rematch of last year's second round nail-biter for the majority of the game last year. These two teams met in the round of 32 at Holt Fieldhouse last year, and it was the top-seeded Eagles who came away with a hard-fought victory over these Bearcats. But tonight, Lander comes in as the 4 for the second year in a row, but the Eagles come in as the 4. Lander comes in as the 5. The Bearcats in that 4-5 seed for the third consecutive year and trying to make their way to night number 2 here in Anderson to take on the host Trojans, who had a scare, I'm telling you folks, in the first game of the evening, barely escaping by 8th-seeded Barton in overtime. But that is behind us, and we get ready for what's ahead. And that's Lander and Carson-Newman as we're about 2 minutes away from tip-off here. Glad to have you join us this evening on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network live from the NCAA tournament. Lander coming into this ballgame a 22-8 overall record on the season. The Bearcats advanced to the semifinals of the Peach Belt Conference tournament as the number 2 seed. They were knocked off in the semis, denying them a chance to play for a 4th consecutive time in the conference tournament championship. Meanwhile, these Carson-Newman Eagles had a bit of an upset of their own in the South Atlantic tournament. The Eagles, who came in as the number 3 seed in that field, but they were upset at home in the quarterfinals of the SAC tournament. So both these teams coming into this game, a little bit of a bitter taste in their mouths, but now that's all behind as they get ready for the NCAA tournament opener, and it's a familiar foe for both squads, not only because they played last season, but they also faced one another earlier this season, November 10th, in Jefferson City, Tennessee, and it was the Carson-Newman Eagles who came away with an 89-84 victory in that contest. So Lander comes into this one trying to turn their fortunes against the Eagles. Carson-Newman trying to repeat their run of last season when they advanced to the Elite 8 as the Southeast Region champions, but they hosted last season up in Jefferson City, Tennessee. Tonight, it is a neutral floor in Anderson, South Carolina. We are just seconds away from tip-off here in the Abney Athletic Center, and again, we're so glad to have you join us tonight on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Eagles will be in the home white uniforms as the higher seed with the blue trim, blue numerals, and blue letters outlined in orange. Lander will come in the road blue unis as the low seed, the number 5 seed in this regional tournament. Bearcats with the white numerals outlined in gold, the white letters as well, and gold piping on the shoulders and the shorts as we are ready for starting lineups. Let's go ahead and give them to you first for the visitors. The Lander Bearcats, they come into the night with the starting lineup of Amaya Melvins, the sophomore, out of Sicklerville, New Jersey. They'll also go with Sarah Cruz, a freshman from North Augusta, South Carolina. She gets the start as well for the Bearcats. Miriam Ricarte will be the post for Lander, the 6'2 center from Pamplona, Spain, who's coming off arguably the best game of her Bearcat career in the semifinals against Columbus State. She put up 19 points, a career high in that department. Mylia McKinniff, the 5th-year senior, and one of 2 seniors on this Bearcat club, will round out the backcourt for Lander, along with her running mate Jessica Harris, the junior from Sumter and the Peach Belt Conference Player of the Year. Meanwhile, as the Eagles, under the direction of head coach Mike Mincy, come in with a 22-7 overall record. They will go with Addison Bird, a sophomore from Nashville, Harris Price, a senior from Gatlinburg, Tennessee, Sydney Pierce, a freshman forward. She stands 6'3" from Johnson City, Tennessee, and a big presence down low for these Eagles. Brianna Smith, senior guard out of Nashville, in the backcourt as well for Carson-Newman this evening. And Kayla Marasites, a junior guard, 5'10" from Elizabethton, Tennessee, rounds out the starting five for Mike Mincy's club. We are ready to go here in Anderson, South Carolina. And we are thrilled to have you join us for what should be a very exciting night of basketball as the Eagles take the floor. Lander's final minutes in the pregame huddle with head coach Kevin Pedersen and assistant coach Nicole Schumett-Robertson. Bearcats take the floor. We're ready to go. It'll be Riccardi to tip for Lander against the big freshman Pierce, and Carson-Newman wins the tip, and we're underway. Eagles working on the right side. Melvin's way out top on Price as Lander opens up in a man-to-man defense. And a foul on the attack as Harris went out to try to strip the ball away from Bird, the sophomore. So triggering in from the near side will be Marasites. Up top, now inside Pierce. Pierce with a pump fake, got Riccardi off of her feet, and the ball knocked out of bounds on the missed opportunity, out of bounds to Lander. So the Bearcats will have the ball for the first possession of the evening for them with 9:30 to go in the first. Cruz up top to McKenneth. Harris around a screen to the left wing, gives over to Cruz. Cruz directing traffic. It's Carson-Newman in a man-to-man, and then we're going to get a moving screen called on Riccardi. First foul of the evening against Riccardi, and two quick fouls against the Bearcats. Swing the ball into the corner to the Eagles, and then Harris tips a pass away back out to midcourt. It's recovered by Price. Price going to give to Bird at the top of the arc. Bird swing it left side, Marasites. Marasites into a trap between Harris and Cruz. Gives back to Bird. Bird on the left block puts up a tough shot against Riccardi. No good. Knocked out of bounds. And last touch by Lander, they'll say. I'm not sure they got that one right as the near official goes racing over to the baseline. And is he going to overrule this call? He will. And they got it right. Bearcats will have the ball. So early on twice, you've seen Carson-Newman try to go inside and test Riccardi. She's been up to the challenge both times thus far. As Harris brings it ahead. Give to Cruz. They go to Riccardi now on the right block. Riccardi back out to McKenneth. McKenneth going to fire a three. High arcing shot off the back of the rim, and the rebound pulled in by Price. Price going to push it left side. This is Smith. Kick out to Price on the right wing, around a screen, thought about a three. Instead, they go inside, and Riccardi tipped the pass out. Smith recovers. She goes inside, hangs in the air for a floater. No good. Riccardi pulls down the board for Lander. Couple of big plays from Riccardi early on the defensive end as Lander pushes the ball ahead to Melvins. Melvins knifing inside, and one for Amaya Melvins. Aggressive drive there from Melvins, and she gets to the rim, and Lander will have a 2-0 lead, and they'll have the sophomore from New Jersey heading to the free throw line with 8:05 to go in quarter number one. Amaya Melvins knocks down the free throw. It's a 3-0 Bearcat lead. Now a long inbound ahead to Marasites, gives it right back to Bird. Addison Bird up the left side, lost her footing, ball on the ground. McKenneth had it, lost it. Marasites gets it back, gives to Bird in the corner. Bird gonna shoot off the front of the rim. A rebound from Marasites, and the putback is good, and Carson-Newman is on the board. It's 3-2, 7:49 to go, quarter number one. Melvins Up top, going to go to McKenneth left wing. Cruz works it back around the arc to Harris over to Ricarte. Ricarte open, 3-ball off the right side of the rim. Marisites soars in for the rebound from the weak side. Up ahead it goes to Price. Price going to step inside the arc, fire a jumper, too strong. Put back attempt, no good, and Harris rips down the board for Lander. And then Harris was fouled, a reach-in foul. They're going to call that one on Addison Bird, I believe. Bird, who came in, grabbed the offensive board for the Eagles, tried to put it back in off the glass, missed it. Harris got the rebound, and then Bird commits the foul in the backcourt. It'll be the first foul of the game against Carson-Newman. So Lander ball with 7:20 to go in the first quarter. The Bearcats up 3-2. McKenneth drives in the key, floater, and she's fouled. Mylia McKenneth around the screen, went into the middle of the lane, and she drew the contact, and now the fifth-year senior from Durham, North Carolina, goes to the line. Mylia McKenneth, the second-team all-conference performer. Lander's all-time steals leader, puts up the first free throw, and it's good. Early on, the Bearcats going inside. You saw the 3-ball, or heard the 3-ball rather, from Ricarte. As McKenneth makes them both, and Lander's got a 5-2 lead. That allows the Bearcats to set up the press, and the ball thrown away in the backcourt. Harris inside. Harris with contact, can't get it to go, and rebound collected by Bird. Ahead to Price. Eagles had numbers, but Lander gets back defensively. Price dribbles the ball with the left hand on the right wing. Now passes it across the lane to Smith. Smith out beyond the arc. Gonna launch a 3. Rattled out, no good. And Ricarte went for the rebound. It's a loose ball, a jump ball. And who's gonna have it? Can't see the arrow from here. It will be Bearcat basketball. So the Bearcats will have the ball after the jump ball offensive rebound. Ricarte, right side, 3-ball, back rim. Fight for the rebound. Marisites comes away with it. Cruz went in and tipped it, but Marisites comes away with possession. And then an offensive foul call against Smith as she put a forearm into Mylia McKenneth at half court, trying to shake free. Good defensive pressure there from Mylia McKenneth, and we'll have a timeout on the floor. 6:24 to go in the first quarter. Lander up 5-2. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. .624 to go in quarter number 1 here at the Abney Athletics Center in Anderson, South Carolina. First round action in the NCAA Southeast Regional. Rickson Lane joining you on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Early on for Lander, 3 points from Melvins, 2 from McKenneth. The Bearcats holding Carson-Newman thus far to just 1 for 8 shooting. Lander's been cold as well, 1 for 5, including 0 of 3 from deep. But as that Bearcat defense has been very tough and kept the Eagles from getting into a rhythm offensively. Ricarte, right wing, gonna drive and kick it out to Cruz on the baseline. Cruz shakes free of a trap, gives to Ricarte, left block. Up top to McKenneth with 12 on the shot clock. McKenneth inside the arc, jumper good. Mylia McKenneth, pretty looking little jumper there, and Lander's up 7-2. Smith goes around a screen into a block by Ricarte. Riccardi comes away with the block, and Harris going to push for Lander. Give to Cruz. Cruz going to fire. Cruz for three. Sarah Cruz from the right wing, and Lander's got a 10-2 lead. 5:35 to go in the first quarter. Bearcats are their largest lead of the night at 8. Bearcats trying to travel, and we'll get a call on Pierce, a travel violation against Sydney Pierce, the big freshman. Carson-Newman tried to calm down by going inside, and Pierce walked. So to the bench will go the Eagles as Tori Griffin, the junior guard from Strawberry Plains, Tennessee, comes in along with Chandler Greer. She's a redshirt sophomore hybrid from Knoxville. Lander up 10-2. Riccardi, three ball right wing. Still can't find the stroke as that one's off the iron. Griffin comes away with a rebound. Riccardi 0 for so far from deep. But she's made some nice plays inside. Eagles trying to answer with a three of their own, but it's no good. Offensive board and foul as the shot was off the iron from Griffin, but an offensive rebound for Carson-Newman inside. 5:04 to go in the first quarter. Lander leading at 10-2. So Harris Price will trigger it in for Carson-Newman. Gives it to Greer. Greer sets a screen for Price on the baseline. Price in traffic, cuts it left side to Smith. Smith over to Marisites. Marisites on Cruz. Back up top it goes to Smith. Inside drive, Marisites off the glass and in. Caleb Marisites, talented junior, makes it 10-4. Melvin's in the lane, spin, misses, and then knocked the ball free from Riccardi. Riccardi was all alone for a weak side rebound, and Melvin's didn't realize it and knocked the ball out of her grasp. Now Carson-Newman with possession. Price, want to go baseline, into trouble, gives it to Smith, and Smith draws the foul and finishes off the glass. Brianna Smith, the senior out of Nashville, will put Carson-Newman within 6. Bearcats will go to the bench as Riccardi will get a breather. Tabitha Daly checking in now for Lander. Tabitha Daly, the junior post out of Augusta, Georgia, was a starter for the majority of the season. Smith completes the three-point play, and it's a 10-6 ball game. Now Carson-Newman, for one of the first times tonight, going to set up the full court pressure, but Lander breaks it as Cruz goes inside to Daly. Daly was trapped on the baseline and traveled. A quick whistle there on Daly as she drug her toe after having to reach up to grab the entry pass from Cruz. 10-7, Lander up 3 with 4:03 left in the first quarter. Griffin up ahead. Now Price takes it in the near corner. Price going to go baseline. Price reverse layup good. Harris Price, the All-American selection last season. And Price with a nice looking play there to make it a 1-point ball game. It's a 7-0 run for Carson-Newman as McKinnon takes it up top. Going to give to Cruz. Cruz on the right wing. 15 on the shot clock. Cruz hands off to McKinnon on the right side. McKinnon looking for help. Up to Harris, straight away. Harris tries to drive left, now reverses direction inside with contact, and she took one too many steps and a travel violation against the junior guard. Bearcats sub again as Simone Starks comes in, the junior guard out of Lone Tree, Colorado. She'll replace Amaya Melvins with 3:23 to go in quarter number 1. Bearcats set the defense, trying to slow down this run by the Eagles. It was 10-2, now it's 10-9. Lander's lead has dwindled down to 1. Griffin, left wing, working on Cruz, spins into the lane. Griffin lost the handle on her way inside, picks it up, and then a rejection by Starks. Long outlet ahead, McKinnon. McKinnis layup no good, and the rebound pulled in by the Eagles. Then Price bowls over Simone Starks, and an offensive foul. Harris Price called for the charge as Starks hit the deck. And Starks slow to get up with the assists from Harris and McKinnon. Topsy-turvy possession there as Price picks up her second foul. Starks will shake off a visit from the trainer as Melvins quickly comes back to the scorer's table. Now Starks going to come out for a minute. She will get looked at as Carson-Newman will also sub in Kelsey Marisites, the junior and the second Marisite twin you'll see tonight. Also 5'10", both of them 5'10" junior guards who transferred from East Tennessee State. Bearcats lead by 1. Lob inside from Cruz to Daly, and the ball was poked out of bounds off of the Eagles. Lander will maintain possession. Both these teams still trying to find their footing offensively, both shooting 30% or under. We've had 7 combined turnovers, 4 by Carson-Newman, 3 by Lander, but neither team's really turned those into any points. Just 2 points off turnovers for both squads. McKinnon up top, around the screen, 3 ball, yes indeed. Mylea McKinnon buries the tray, and Lander's got a 13-9 lead, and they've got a bucket after a long drought. Trap in the backcourt. Marisites looking for help, gives it to her sister. Kayla Marisites has her pass tipped. They go inside, and the layup from Griffin no good. Knocked out of bounds off of McKinnon. Carson-Newman possession with 2:12 to go in quarter number 1. So Griffin will trigger it in. McKinnon stole it away. One-handed interception. Lander's got numbers. McKinnon to Harris. Harris has it blocked. Cruz puts up the putback. No good. And the rebound from Smith. Now here comes Carson-Newman on a run out. Griffin had it blocked. Oh, my goodness, they call that a foul. Oh, my goodness. All, and I mean all ball from Daly. And she's whistled for a foul. And that'll send Griffin to the free throw line. Oh, my goodness. So Tori Griffin will shoot 2. The junior guard makes her first. They're going to say that McKinnon's three-pointer was actually a 2-pointer, that her foot was on the line. So it's 12-11 now as Griffin makes them both. Harris into a corner trap, gives it off to Daly. Daly gets it to Cruz, who swings it left side. McKinnon for 3, yes ma'am. Mylea McKinnon's got it going early, and Lander's got the 4-point lead, 15-11, and Daly rejects the inbound pass to the baseline. Carson-Newman will try again. Daly got up in the air to swat that one away. Bearcats set the defense. Marisites coming up against pressure from McKinnon. McKinnon trying to force her back to the middle. Hand off to Smith. Smith to the free throw line. Cuts it out left side. Three-pointer on the way. Front of the rim. Rebound by Griffin. Griffin walked on a rebound attempt, and Lander will have possession again. 1:22 left in the first quarter. Bearcats up 4, 15-11. Now Carson-Newman will drift back defensively as Harris can bring it up without any pressure. Harris stands back around midcourt, now hands to Cruz on the right wing. Cruz with space. Cruz going to launch off the iron, but the rebound by McKinnon, and Lander with a fresh 30. Cruz whips it over to Harris, top of the arc. 1:02 left in the quarter. Lander up 15-11. Harris will reset the offense with 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Harris stepping into a 3 off the front of the rim, and a rebound from Marisites. And then Marisites trips and loses the ball, has to give it away, and now Smith brings it up the floor on the right wing. Smith wants to drive on Melvins. Smith puts up the shot, no good. Melvins got the rebound. Lander's got a 3-on-2. Melvins in the middle. Melvins to the hole in the layup. Amaya Melvins knifes her way through the defense, and Lander's up 17-11. Smith bringing it up with pressure, and then Leah McKinnon going to be called for a foul at half court. Bearcats have really harassed Brianna Smith in the backcourt so far tonight. Second foul on Leah McKinnon. And Lander will go to the bench, as that's going to be a foul that will result in free throws for Smith. And Smith hunched over with her hands on her knees. She has not had a moment's rest so far in this one, and now she'll take the ball rested against her left hip and take another big exhale as her first free throw finds the bottom of the net. McKinnon will come out as Ariana Sanders, a fellow senior from Pearland, Texas, checks in. Bearcats also return Miriam Riccarde to the floor. Daly will step out. 23 seconds to go in the quarter. Lander up 17-12. Smith, second free throw, rims out, no good. Melvins collects the rebound and gives it to Harris with 20 seconds. Shot clock turned off, Lander up by 5. Harris will walk it across half court, 15 seconds to go. Harris being shaded by Smith. Smith wants to try to push her to the left. 10 seconds, they'll put it in motion. 8 seconds, they'll change the play now. Got to hurry and get something off here. 5 seconds to go. Harris around the screen from Melvins. Harris going to hand it off. Sanders for 3, no good. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Lander up 17-12 as we head to the second period. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Back in Anderson, South Carolina, Rickson Lane with you on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Lander with a 17-12 lead as we begin the second quarter here in Anderson. The Bearcats in the first quarter shooting 33% from the floor, 22% from deep on 2 of 9 shooting. They've been perfect from the free throw line as Smith drives inside, misses the layup. Rebound collected by Cruz. 12th rebound of the half for Lander. Cruz in transition. Give to Harris. Harris got a corner 3. Assist from Cruz, that's the 3rd of the game for Lander, and Harris is on the board with a 3-pointer. Eagles inbounded up ahead, left side, 3 ball, check it, a 2, no good, and then Cruz was fouled, reaching from behind. Addison Bird got a hold of her, and the Bearcats will inbound up 8, 20-12 with 9:21 to go in the second quarter of action. Carson-Newman going inside in that first quarter, 8 of their 12 points in the paint. Lander forced 6 Eagle turnovers and committed just 3. Melvin's on the left wing, isolated. Into the lane she goes, hesitates. Now a tough shot in the key, no good. Tries to run down the rebound, but it's pulled out by Marisites. Marisites ahead to Smith. Smith going to go inside. Smith, a tough shot, no good. It was altered by Ricarte and knocked out of bounds by the Eagles. Lander possession with 8:53 left in the second quarter of play. Harris will bring it ahead. Melvins, Riccarde, Cruz, and Sanders on the floor with her. Riccarde, right side, open for three. Banked it in, Miriam Riccarde. And is that the shot she needs to get going? Riccarde, who had missed her first three three-pointers, now puts Lander up 11. It's the Bearcats' largest lead of the night. Ball sent in the corner. Drive from Griffin. Lost the handle. Cruz has got it. Cruz long ahead to Melvins. Melvins inside, hammered, and she'll go to the line. Amaya Melvins draws the contact. An 11-point Bearcat lead with 8:19 to go in the second quarter, and the sophomore from Sicklerville, New Jersey, Amaya Melvins, will go to the charity stripe. Melvins so far on the night, 5 points, 2 rebounds, and shooting 50% from the floor. Makes her first. Carson-Newman now with 3 fouls on Addison Bird and 2 on Harris Price. So the Eagles go to the bench, and Ashton Wickel, the senior from Greenville, Tennessee, comes in as Melvins misses her second. That's the first missed free throw of the night for the Bearcats. It's a 12-point lead. Lander doubling up Carson-Newman with 8:12 to go in the second quarter. Inside, layup good as the Eagles continue to try to work it into the interior, and that was Chandler Greer who put it in off the glass. It's 24-14 now. Harris on the right side, going to hand to Cruz and set the offense. Cruz back to the top of the arc, gives it over to Harris. Harris on the right side, going to launch a three. Line drive shot, no good. The rebound tipped, and a jump ball. Sanders ripped it away from Marasites. That'll be possession arrow in favor of the Bearcats. 7:48 to go in the first half. Lander with a 10-point lead on the 4th-seeded Eagles. Harris will trigger it in from the baseline. Left of the hoop, gives to Riccarde, who sets a screen, and Harris's jumper clangs off, no good, and the rebound collected by Wickel. Up ahead to Griffin. Griffin. Oh, a blocking foul on Cruz. They're going to say she was in the circle. Was clearly set and planted, but they'll say she was under the hoop, and that will lead to free throws for the Eagles. Second foul of the night against Cruz. So Tori Griffin back to the line for Carson-Newman. And she misses her first. Her only 2 points of the night have come on the free throw line as Cruz comes out. Tabitha Daly re-enters the game with 7:37 to go in the first half of play. First round action in the NCAA tournament here on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Rickson Lane joining you courtside at the Abney Athletic Center. Griffin makes 1 of 2. It's a 9-point game. Harris up ahead. Dribbles with the right hand as she gives to Melvins on the wing. Melvins to Riccarde, who's posted up. Riccarde spinning, fadeaway off the back of the rim. Daly knocked the rebound free, tried to save it, and then Carson-Newman intercepts the pass, but standing out of bounds was Wickel. A turnover back to the Bearcats with 7:20 to go in the quarter. Simone Starks will come in and replace Amaya Melvins. Griffin comes out for Carson-Newman, as the Eagles will go with Kelsey Marasites. Up top to Harris. 7:15 to go in the second half. Lander's lead is 9. Riccarde gonna go inside to Starks. Triple team. Starks inside, muzzled it up, and she was fouled. Simone Starks says 3 defenders, no problem. We'll go to the line with 7:08 left in the second quarter. Simone Starks, the transfer from Eastern Washington, a junior out of Lone Tree, Colorado. At the charity stripe with a 9-point Bearcat advantage. And her first free throw is true. Lead is 10 for the Bearcats. Starks in her first season in the Bearcat program. Makes them both. A big addition to that backcourt for Kevin Pedersen. An 11-point Bearcat lead as Price brings it up with pressure from Sanders. They go to Wickel, now up top. Price gets it right back. Lander closing out on her. Price wanted a three, instead gives to Wickel. She'll fire and hit. Riccardi closed on her, but Wickel got it up and over. The lead for Lander is 8, 26-18. Riccardi gives to Daly on the arc. Daly wanted to go to Sanders, who flashed to the right block, instead goes to Starks. Starks inside to Harris. Harris back out to Ricarte. Her three is good. Miriam Ricarte, the 6'2 center out of Spain, drains her second three of the night, and Lander's up 29-18. Cruz went for the steal in the backcourt. Inside, the ball sent to Greer. Wickley no good. Marasites rebound and put back. Kayla Marasites with another offensive board and another bucket. 29-20. Lander's lead is 9. Riccardi to Daly. Daly out on the right wing, gives left side to Starks. Now Riccardi on the block. Back up top to Harris. Harris picks up her dribble, gives to Starks. 10 on the shot clock. Starks floater off the glass, and it fell through. Simone Starks gets a friendly roll, and the Bearcats lead at 31-20. 5:41 to go in the first half of action. Ball loose on the floor. Weichli wants to go baseline. Goes inside to Greer. Greer was fouled. Greer will go to the free throw line. Chandler Greer will go to the stripe for Carson-Newman with 5:27 to go in the first half of action. Shot is up and good. Chandler Greer, redshirt sophomore from Knoxville, Tennessee. Hits the second one off the back of the rim, and Harris collects the board for Lander. It's a 10-point Bearcat lead, 5:20 left in the half. Riccardi goes left side to Starks. Starks back to Harris. Carson-Newman sitting in that 2-3 zone, daring the Bearcats to continue to make these three-pointers. Harris had her pocket picked by Wickley. Price on the left side, one-on-one with Ricarte. Ricarte forces her baseline. Kick pass left side, three ball, good from Kelsey Marasites. Harris Price, so talented at finding the open player. And with 4:52 to go in the first half, Lander is up 7. Sanders gonna go inside. Daly and one for Tabitha Daly. Muscles it in with the contact, and the junior out of Augusta is going to go to the line for a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play with 4:45 to go in the second. That'll bring us to the media timeout. The Bearcats lead by 9. First round action of the NCAA tournament. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. (33-24), Lander leading the Carson-Newman Eagles in this 4-5 matchup in Anderson, South Carolina. Rickson Lane with you on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Lander so far in the game shooting 11 for 27, 41% from the floor. They are 5 of 9 in the second quarter. However, Carson-Newman, after shooting 4 of 17 in the first period, they've hit half their shots in the second quarter. They're 32% from the game. The Bearcats have knocked down 3 3-pointers in the second quarter, 5 of 13 on the game. Carson-Newman 2 of 7 from downtown. Eagles lead the rebounding battle 19-17. Lander has forced 7 Carson-Newman turnovers. Bearcats have 4 in the game, both teams with 1 so far this quarter, as Tabitha Daly at the line. Her free throw is too strong, and the rebound pulled in by Marisites. Long pass ahead to Price. Wickley, the shot, and the make from the corner 3. Likely a spark off the bench for Carson-Newman. It's a 6-point ball game with 4:23 to go before we hit halftime. Sanders goes inside to Melvins, had her ball knocked from her hands. Now the long outlet ahead to Price, who lost the handle and has to back out onto the arc. Give to Wickley, over to Smith. They work it into the right side. Marisites his 3, barely grazed the rim. Harris got the rebound. Harris wants to push tempo. Harris inside, no look to Daly for the layup. Beautifully done as Harris runs the floor like the all-region player she is. The first team selection by D2CCA and an All-American candidate. Lander up by 8. And Harris racing over to try to intercept a pass from Price, and grazed Price, who went to the floor and sold it. And the foul will be called on Harris. It's her second, third in the quarter against Lander. Bearcats will substitute Riccarde back on the floor, replacing Tabitha Daly. Sarah Cruz will also come in as Harris will get a breather with 3:49 to go in the second quarter. Lander up 35-27 in the first round of the NCAA tournament. The Bearcats back in the tournament for the 3rd consecutive year. Pardon me, the 5th consecutive year. They're trying to advance to the second round for the 3rd straight season as Price misses a 3-pointer. Ricarte with a rebound. Here comes Cruz, right side to Starks. Starks called for a travel. Thought about driving baseline, instead opted to kick it to Cruz, and she took one little tiny extra step. 35-27, Bearcats lead is 8 with 3:25 left in the half. Price around a screen. Going to give back to Kelsey Marisites. Wickley going to launch a 3 and hit. Wickley's feeling it for Carson-Newman. The senior out of Greenville, Tennessee, continues to light it up from downtown. She's got 9 in the ball game. Melvins in the key, up and under a defender, no good. Riccarde fight for the rebound. Sanders comes away with the board, and Lander's got a fresh 30. It's a 35-30 game. Lander up 5. Melvin's going to go left side Sanders. Sanders inside to Riccarde. She was grabbed and she finished regardless. No call, but Riccarde gets the bucket, and it's a 7-point lead for the Bearcats. 2:36 showing on the clock. Sanders against Price. She gives to Wickley. Hand off to Smith, who lost the handle for the moment at the top of the arc. 12 on the shot clock. Smith trying to shake free of Starks. Pump fakes, gives to Price. Price on Melvins, hesitates, drives inside, throws up a prayer, no good. Offensive rebound from Marisites, who got it over the top of Cruz, and finishes to make it 37-32. Landers lead back to 5. Cruz, left wing, up top to Riccarde. Riccarde going to skip right to Starks. Back up top to Cruz. Left side Sanders as the Bearcats work it back and forth around the arc. Sanders' pass is going to get into the backcourt, and over and back call. 1:53 to go in the second quarter. Timeout on the floor. Bearcats up 37-32. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. A 5-point Bearcat lead with 1:52 to go. in the first half of action at the Abney Athletic Center in Anderson, South Carolina. NCAA Southeast Regional first round game. The 4-seeded Carson-Newman Eagles against the 5th-seeded Lander Bearcats. Corner three up and good from Tori Griffin. As the Eagles continue to chip away, it's 37-35. Lander's lead is 2. 90 seconds left in the first half as the Bearcats get it left side to Starks. Starks got to get it back from Cruz. Her three, got it. Nothing but net as Simone Starks knocks it down. Bearcats have made a substitution. Quindasia Hamilton now into the ball game for Lander in this final minute and a half. Hamilton, a freshman guard out of Waynesboro, Georgia. 5-point lead for Lander. Price working on Starks. Gives it to the middle of the key. Driving left side, Riccarde with good defense against Griffin. And the ball knocked free off of Marisites. Bearcats will have the basketball with 57 seconds to go in the half. And Lander up 5. 40-35, our score at the moment. Marisites comes out for Carson-Newman. She'll be replaced by Greer. Starks will bring it ahead. Left side to Hamilton. Back Cruz, top of the arc. Cruz pumps, gives to Hamilton. Hamilton gonna fire a three. Back of the rim. Starks went in to grab the offensive rebound. And Lander's got a fresh 30 with 40 seconds left in the half. In the corner, Riccarde off the back of the rim. Cruz gets the rebound. And they'll say she stepped out of bounds with 33 seconds left in the half. Cruz nearly got a second huge offensive board for the Bearcats, but she stepped on the inline. So Carson-Newman, with 3-second difference between game and shot clock, can potentially hold for what might be the final shot of the quarter here. 35 points so far for the Eagles after they were held to just 12 in the first quarter. Lander leads by 5. Greer into the key, backdoor to Price for the layup. And it's a one-possession game. Lander ball, 15 seconds to go in the half. Starks will bring it ahead. Bearcats trying to grab a little momentum heading into halftime. 10 seconds. Starks gives to Melvins, top of the key. Melvins right side to Cruz. Cruz gonna drive. Kick to Hamilton. Hamilton, a deep three off the mark, and that'll do it for the first half. Lander takes a 40-37 lead in the locker room in the first round of the NCAA tournament. We'll step aside, come back, and give you stats from the first half. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Back with you on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Richland Lane joining you here at midcourt in Anderson, South Carolina, home of the number 1 seeded Anderson Trojans and the host of the 2019 Southeast Regional. They await the winner between 4th seeded Carson-Newman and 5th seeded Lander. At the break, it's the Bearcats with a slim 40-37 lead over the Eagles. First half numbers for you as you take a look on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Lander shooting 41% from the floor in the first half, 35% from deep in that first half. The Bearcats were able to knock down 6 out of 17 three-pointers. 75% of the line was Lander. Bearcats grabbed 22 boards in the first half. Ricarde and Cruz both with 3, 8 assists against 7 turnovers. And Mylia McKenneth, Lander's leading scorer so far on the night with 9 points. But folks, she did not play one single second of the second quarter. Was on the bench with 2 fouls. Kevin Pedersen making the decision to keep his 5th-year starter off of the floor in the second quarter. It worked out for the Bearcats as they hold the 3-point lead. Meanwhile, for Carson-Newman, the Eagles shooting 38% after a very cold first quarter. They're 41.7% from downtown, 5 of 12 shooting, 66.7% from the free throw line. Carson-Newman with a 23-22 advantage on the boards, but that is being anchored by Caleb Marasites. The junior has 10 rebounds in the first half for Carson-Newman. No one else on the Eagle roster has more than 2. Meanwhile, 8 assists against 7 turnovers, identical numbers for the Eagles and Bearcats. And Weikley, who came off the bench, Ashton Weikley, she has attempted 4 three-pointers. She has hit 3 of them, and she is Carson-Newman's leading scorer with 9 points. So Weikley and Marasites really stealing the show for the Eagles in the first half. Meanwhile, for the Bearcats, a very solid team-oriented effort from Lander, and it's 40-37 as we're at halftime here in Anderson, South Carolina. We'll step aside. We're 8 minutes away from the third quarter. The number 1 seeded Anderson Trojans waiting tomorrow night for the winner of this one. The 4th seeded Eagles trailing the 5th seeded Bearcats 40-37 at the break. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Back from the NCAA Southeast Regional 2019 tournament. We've had a great day so far at the Abney Athletics Center, and here in the nightcap, we got a barn burner, 40-37. Lander on top of Carson-Newman in the 4-5 matchup. The winner gets top-seeded Anderson tomorrow night at 7:30 for the right to play for the region title and a berth in the Elite Eight. Lander with a 3-point advantage after 20 minutes. Numbers for the Bearcat players in the first half. Mylea McKinneth leading Lander with 9 points. Miriam Ricarte with 8 points and 4 rebounds. Simone Starks 7 points in the half. Amaya Melvin 6 points, 3 boards. Sarah Cruz 3 points, 4 boards, 3 assists. A productive 16 minutes for Cruz, who also had a steal. Jessica Harris, the Peach Belt Conference Player of the Year. Not a great half number-wise. 3 points, 3 boards, an assist and a steal on 1 of 6 shooting. Meanwhile, Carson-Newman was led by Kayla Marisites. Her 10 rebounds and 8 points. Ashton Weikley had 9 points. So we begin the third quarter of action as Lander forces the early turnover. Harris will bring it ahead, give it to McKinneth. McKinneth straight ahead, Ricarte, 3-ball off the backboard, no good. McKinneth had the rebound, lost it in traffic as the Eagles come out the other way with it. Price gonna bounce inside to Griffin for the layup. Maya Melvin shaken up on the play. As she'll come out, Simone Starks will come in. 40-39, Lander up 1. The Bearcats have led by as many as 12 in this ball game. Starks, right side to McKinneth. McKinneth back to Starks as they work it around the left wing. This is Harris. Harris over to McKinneth, 10 on the shot clock. McKinneth dribbles with the right hand, gives to Cruz. Cruz going to drive, kick to McKinneth. McKinneth going to launch a long 3. Off the rim, no good. And the rebound pulled in by Lander. Starks fighting for it. Loose ball to Cruz. Harris is in the corner. Harris for 3. Harris is short. And the rebound by Price. Ton of contact down low on the rebounding effort. Now the Eagles go inside to Marisites. No good. And Ricarte gets the rebound. Ricarte had contact there, but they didn't call it either. Cruz give to McKinneth on the right wing. 8:30 to go in the third quarter. Lander up 40-39. Ricarte at the free throw line. Kick to McKinneth. On the left wing, McKinneth will dribble back out to Starks. Cruz turns around the free throw line. Gives to Harris in the corner. She wanted a 3 but lost the handle. 7 on the shot clock. Harris, baseline, fade away. No good, but she's fouled. Bearcats bailed out by the foul on Tori Griffin. And Jessica Harris is going to go to the free throw line with 8:12 to go in the third quarter, and Lander holding a 1-point lead. This is Harris's first trip to the free throw line tonight, and she makes her first. Harris, who was one of the best free throw shooters in the Peach Belt Conference, and she put together one impressive campaign, second in the league in scoring, led the league in assists and steals, and she was 8th in the conference in rebounding. No guard had more rebounds in the Peach Belt Conference than Jessica Harris, the junior. She was the first Bearcat to win Peach Belt Conference of the Year since Brashae Johnson 2 seasons ago, and the 5th award ever for Lander in that category. And we'll get a blocking foul on Harris as she tried to draw a charge out on the arc. That's the 3rd foul on Harris. The foul situation right now, Harris has picked up her 3rd. Cruz and McKinneth both have 2. For Carson-Newman, 3 for Bird, 2 for Greer, 2 for Price, as Lander nearly steals it away at half court. 7:55 left in the third quarter. Bearcats up 3. Marisites will trigger it in from the far side at half court and gets to Price. Price dribbles with the right hand as she walks to the right lane and gives to Smith. And then Smith, offensive foul. Harris got the charge that she wanted as Smith, not an incredibly hard charge, just kind of moseyed her way into Harris and lost the handle. That's a huge call for Lander, and I'm not saying it was the wrong call, but if that's a block, Harris has 4 fouls with 7:45 to go in the third quarter. Gutsy play as Starks launches and misses a 3. Smith comes away with a rebound. Smith nearly lost the handle. And a foul on Harris, a late call that came from all the way down the floor. The official directly in front of the play did not call it. And Harris picks up her 4th. The ball was lost for a moment by Smith. Harris dove for it. The two collided, and Harris is called for a block. So now Lander will be, for the moment, without the Conference Player of the Year. 42-39, Lander up 3. Price, chased off the arc by Starks. Wants to drive baseline and does. Throws up a shot with the left hand, good. Harris Price, a nifty little layup. Makes it 42-41. 7:05 to go in the third quarter. Cruz, give to McKinneth. Right side to Starks. Starks to the free throw line, skips it to Cruz. Cruz gonna drive, put up a floater, right hand, bottoms. Sarah Cruz gives Lander a 3-point advantage as the Eagles send it ahead to Smith. Smith gonna drive inside, lost the handle, Daly with the ball. Outlet to McKinneth. McKinneth walks back to the top of the arc, cuts it to Cruz, and then Cruz goes inside to Daly, and Daly is fouled. Chandler Greer going to be whistled for the infraction. That's the 3rd on Greer as she'll come out, replaced by Addison Bird. Bird, who played just 7 minutes in the first half as she was saddled with 3 fouls. McKinneth inside. McKinneth through traffic, just misses the layup, but Daly taps it out to Riccarde. Riccarde hands to Cruz in traffic. Cruz back out to Starks. And Marisites stepped in front of the entry pass to Daly. Marisites brings up the floor to the right side, gives to Smith. Smith gonna drive. Smith with contact, banks it in. Daly tried to draw a charge, no whistle, and it's 44-43. Lander's lead is 1. Cruz left side, wide open, 3-ball, yes! Sarah Cruz from the left wing puts Lander back up. 47-43, 5 straight for the freshman from North Augusta. Marisites wants to answer. Left side 3, no good. Starks went up and got the rebound for the Bearcats. Here comes Starks. Starks without the numbers, and she'll back out in the left wing. Starks trying to shake free. Inside, Daly wide open. Missed the layup, and the rebound for Bird. Daly was wide open under the hoop. Kevin Pedersen exhorting his team. They're getting some good looks offensively. 47-43, the lead is 4 with 5:21 to go in the third quarter. Out of bounds, turnover by the Eagles. Carson-Newman will bring Ashton Weikley back in the ball game. The senior guard led the Eagles with 9 points in the first half on 3 of 4 shooting from beyond the arc. Simone Starks running the point for Lander, and she'll set the offense. Riccarde pops out to the top of the arc. They give to McKinneth left wing. McKinneth backs off the perimeter and now swings to Starks on the left side. Starks jab step, goes to Riccarde on the baseline. Riccarde gonna fire a jumper, nothing but net for Miriam Riccarde, the 6'2 freshman out of Pamplona, Spain, with a pure shot there, and Lander's lead is a half dozen, 49-43 with 4:51 to go in quarter number 3. Bird in trouble, looking, finally goes backdoor to Price. Price step back on the arc, now wants to go baseline. Cruz cut her off, wants to go baseline again. Had her shot blocked away by Sarah Cruz, and possession to Carson-Newman out of bounds with 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. That'll take us to the media timeout in the third quarter. 4:37 to play in the third. Lander up 6, 49-43. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Well, apologies to those of you that have been keeping track with the scoreboard that we've been providing here on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. We just realized that the guy in charge had not been adding the points up by quarter, and it looked like Lander had put together quite an impressive first quarter with 40 points. That has been remedied, and we apologize for that. Got a lot going on here in the Southeast Regional. Other action for the Bearcats today. Softball back at home, hosting Georgia Southwestern in the conference doubleheader, and baseball opening up a crucial 3-game series against 24th-ranked Columbus State at Doney Stadium. But here Lander in the first round of the NCAA tournament up 6 on Carson-Newman as Starks nearly intercepted the pass. Marisites working on Cruz, misses the layup, and Cruz rips down the rebound. Inside, Daly with the contact, got it up to go. And Lander's up 8, 51-43. Kelsey Marisites up top, hands to Harris Price, the point guard for the Eagles. Price going to give to Weichely. Into the corner, it goes to Marisites. Marisites spins off of Starks, wants to go baseline, picked up her dribble, back out to Bird. Bird into the lane. Bird with the left hand, no good, off the back of the rim. Starks with the rebound. Starks will hesitate on the left wing, and Lander will set up. Cruz with the ball, gives it to McKenneth on the right side. McKenneth, entry to Daly. Daly on the block. Daly double teamed. Daly shot no good. Rebound tapped out to Cruz. Cruz picks up her dribble. Shot at the free throw line, banked it home. Sarah Cruz feeling it a little bit. 53-43. Lander up 10. Marisites gives to the twin. Back to Price, left side. Cruz on top of her. Price gonna hand off to Weichely. Weichely gonna launch and hit. Oh, the answer once again from Weichely. She's got 4 3-pointers in the game for 12 points, and it's 53-46. Cruz gonna try to answer. Misses the 3. Marisites pulls down another rebound. Kayla Marisites has dominated the glass so far in this one. And a whistle on the near sideline. Melvins will come in as Tabitha Daly checks out. (53-46). Lander up with 2:56 to go. That rebound from Marisites was her first of the third quarter after she pulled down 10 in the first half. 2:50 to go in the third. Price for 3. Off the mark, no good. And a foul on the floor. They're going to call that one on Cruz or Marisites. It's on Cruz. Cruz picks up her third. Kevin Pearson will call a timeout with 2:44 to go in the third quarter. Lander up 53-46 on Carson-Newman. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. 53-46, the lead for Lander here in Abney Athletic Center here on the campus of Anderson University. Rickson Lane with you on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Steal from McKenneth out of the inbound play. McKenneth going to drive inside and draws the foul on Harris Price. What a heady play there by Mylia McKenneth, a fifth-year senior. That's the third foul of the game on Harris Price, as McKenneth is at the line and her first one rattles in. Mylia McKenneth now with 10 points in the game. She's got 10, Ricarde's got 10, Starks has got 10, now McKenneth's got 11. 54-46, the lead is 8 with 2:34 to go in the third quarter and the first round of the NCAA Southeast Regional. Price, top of the arc, gives to Weichely. Weichely into the corner. Maris sights three, line drive. That one didn't look good, but she got her own rebound and sprinting in, falling to the ground, gets the putback. How about the effort there from the junior, Kayla Marisites? It's a 7-point ball game. Ricarde, jumper, no good. Rebounded by Kelsey Marisites. 2 minutes to go in the third. Lander up 55-48. Drive left side. Three ball no good. Ricarde got the rebound. And a drive and a foul. Free throws coming up for Amaya Melvins. Scoreboard here on your stream should now, soon here, will adequately reflect the score of this game, at least at the last break. And again, we apologize for the troubles getting that situated. There's been a lot of action here in Anderson, South Carolina. Amaya Melvins makes both free throws. Marisites on the left wing. Gets it inside. Chandler fouled on her way up. And Tori Chandler will shoot two with 1:29 left in the third quarter. Both of them up and good from Chandler. Check it, that's Tori Griffin, my apologies. Ricarde gonna fire a long two, too strong. Rebound tapped, and Melvins came out with it, then lost the ball on the floor, gives it out to Ricarde. Ricarde gets it to Cruz, and Lander able to recover and reset. They lead by 7 with 1:05 to go in the third quarter. Starks gonna go Cruz right side. Here's McKenneth. At Ricarde, step back three, yes indeed. Miriam Ricarde, boy has she come into her own, the freshman center from Spain. Drains a big one. They'll call it another two. 59-50 they'll say. As Greer works inside, Ricarde deflected the shot. Chandler tries to save it, and Lander comes away with it. Griffin had it taken away by Ricarde. 6-second difference between the game and shot clocks here. 25 seconds left in the quarter. Lander up 9. Starks pumps a three on Smith. Gives to McKenneth right side. McKenneth wants to drive. McKenneth in traffic, and she can't finish, but she'll go to the line. 19 seconds left in the quarter, and Mylia McKenneth is going to the stripe. 59-50, the Bearcats up 9. Harris Price has just picked up her 4th foul the All-American point guard last season and one of the top playmakers of the South Atlantic, will go to the bench with 19 seconds left in the third. So you've got two clubs now in the opening round of the NCAA tournament who have both their point guards sitting with 4 fouls apiece. Harris for Lander and Price for Carson-Newman. McKenna's first free throw was good. Her second free throw is good as well. 61-50, the lead is 11. 19 seconds to go. Carson-Newman will likely hold for the final shot here as Griffin brings it ahead. McKenna trailing her. Griffin gives to Marisites. Marisites gives to Weikley. Weikley going to go right side Smith. Smith thinking about a three. Now fires and hits. 5 seconds to go. Lander will inbound quickly. Up 8. Starks weaving. Starks fires and misses. And that'll take us to the fourth quarter. It's a 61-53 lead for Lander as we go to the fourth quarter in the opening round of the NCAA tournament. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. We open the fourth quarter in Anderson, South Carolina. Rickson Lane with you on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. A 61-53 Lander lead. Cruz fires from three. No good. Melvin's went in for the rebound, and it's knocked out by Carson-Newman. Riccarde straight away for three. Yes, ma'am! Miriam Riccarde with another. And Lander's got an 11-point lead. Right side. Trying to get something going with the Eagles, and they turn it over. Here comes Cruz. Cruz all the way, misses a layup. Like she wanted to try to draw contact and instead was unable to get the shot to fall. Marisites now with the ball on the left side. Rebound from Riccarde, and a travel call on Starks. They'll call her in the backcourt, and that'll give possession back to Carson-Newman. $11-point lead for Lander with 8:50 to go in the fourth. Weikley comes out for Carson-Newman. Eagles inbounded to Price. The lob inside, Pierce now. Pierce back to Smith in the key. Smith was blocked by Riccardi. Got her own miss and puts it back up and in. Hustle play there from Smith. Could have given up after the shot was rejected. It's a 9-point lead for the Bearcats. Riccardi gonna launch again. No good. And Harris Price, playing with 4 fouls, grabs a rebound. Griffin driving left side, throws it down low to Pierce. Pierce misses everything, and Melvins went up and got the board. Melvins out ahead to McKenneth. Price can't foul her, and McKenneth lays it in. Harris Price knew she couldn't afford her 5th foul. It's an 11-point lead for the Bearcats, 66-55. Price, leaner in the key, got it. 66-57, 7:35 to play, the Lander lead is 9. Starks will send it left side to McKenneth. Cruz in trouble, gives to Riccardi. 6 on the shot clock. 3 ball on the way. Yes, indeed. Mylea McKenneth, the senior, with a big-time shot there. Landers got a 12-point advantage now. Price goes into the lane, throws up a shot. It bounces off the back of the rim. Smith got the rebound, and Smith draws a foul with 6:46 to go in the game. Lander up a dozen, and the foul will be called on Cruz. Sarah Cruz has 4 fouls now as Tabitha Daly comes in. Lander being led by Mylea McKenneth in scoring. Riccardi and Cruz have led the rebounding effort. The Bearcats have been over 30% from three-point range and near 40% from the field, and they've been very good from the line. 6:46 to go in the 4th. Lander up 69-57. Free throw good from Smith. Tabitha Daly into the ball game. Jessica Harris will come in as well as Cruz and Starks go to the bench. And a big ovation for Cruz and Starks as they come out. Cruz in particular has played very well so far this evening. She's got 10 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Smith's second free throw is good. McKenneth's got 18, Riccardi's got 15, Cruz has 10, Melvins has 8. And now Harris trapped in the backcourt. Lander with their point guard with 4 fouls, and they're trying to pressure her. McKenneth weaves ahead. McKenneth gives to Harris, and Harris is going to set the offense. 6:30 to play. Lander up 10, 13 on the shot clock. McKenneth working on Bird. McKenneth on the right wing, around a screen from Daly, looking to drive, going left side, and had her shot blocked. Daly goes to the floor to get the ball, and we're going to have a jump ball situation. Carson-Newman will have possession with 6:18 to play. The Bearcats lead it 69-59. The rebound battle is even at 37. Both teams have grabbed exactly 13 offensive boards and 24 defensive boards. In the bench, Carson-Newman leads scoring, bench points 28-13. Points in the paint, advantage Eagles 26-18. Fast break points 4-0 in favor of Lander. Bearcats shooting 39% for the game. Carson-Newman 38. Price drives into McKenneth. Blocking foul on Mylea McKenneth. That could have been it for Harris Price if they called player control foul. Mylea McKenneth picks up her 3rd with 6:04 to go. And now you got to imagine Carson-Newman, they like to shoot the 3 and they can do it, but you also think if you're the Eagles, try to get inside and force some fouls on this Lander team that's playing with fire. Bird, left wing jumper, good. 69-61, 5:55 to play. Lander up 8. Harris brings it ahead. Harris gonna hand to Melvins. Melvins Lob it inside to Daly. Daly double team, missed the shot, and the rebound pulled down by the Eagles. 5:40 to play. Price inside to Smith. Lost the handle on her way up, and Harris comes away with the rebound. Harris weaving into the key, gonna bounce it to Melvins. Melvins kick out Riccardi. Riccardi straight away. Yes, ma'am, Miriam Riccardi. Bringing the rain from Pamplona, Spain, 72-61. Landers up 11 again. Riccardi's got 18. Marisites in the key with a right hand floater good. And timeout taken by Mike Mincy. Carson-Newman trailing Landers, 72-63. 5:09 to go in the fourth. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. (72-63). Lander has the lead on Carson-Newman with 5:09 to play here in Anderson, South Carolina in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Rickson Lane joining you on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Mylea McKenneth with the ball in the left wing. She's joined on the floor by Riccardi, Cruz, Melvins, and Harris. Melvins at the free throw line, left side. Cruz is open. Cruz had her three, rim out, no good. Oh, that looked good out of her hand. Pierce comes away with a rebound with 4:40 to go. Price will bring it ahead for the Eagles. On the right wing, Price. Off a screen, now steps back, gives to Marisites in the left corner. Marisites inside, Berg gonna fire a jumper, and it bounced around and fell through. 72-65, 4:23 to play. Lander up 7. Harris gets around Smith, gets into the key, bounces to Melvins. Melvins is hammered by Pierce, and she'll go to the line. Amaya Melvins, a nice cut. Harris found a pretty look, and Melvins goes to the line. That's the second foul on Sydney Pierce. So Melvins, the sophomore out of Sicklerville, New Jersey, to the line for Lander in a 7-point game with 4:15 to play. And her first free throw is good. Maya Melvins, she's got 9 points to go with 5 assists and 5 rebounds in this game. Bearcats have really had a team effort in this one as Melvins is now in double figures. That's 4 Bearcats in double figures. It's 74-65 with 4:10 to play. Marisites brings it over the timeline. Skips it left side. Melvins tipped the ball away. Long run back, and Bird comes away with it. Carson-Newman with 15 on the shot clock as they get it ahead to Price in the corner. Melvins closes out on her. Price wants to drive baseline. Price misses, and Riccardi had the rebound and lost it. Smith took it away from her. Smith to Marisites. Marisites to Price, left side. Gonna fire a three. Too strong. Another rebound from Marisites, and she traveled. Kayla Marisites called for a walk, and Lander will have the ball up 9 with 3:46 to go in the fourth quarter of play. Carson-Newman sets up full court defensive pressure as Amaya Melvins brings it ahead. Long pass ahead to McKinnon. Riccardi, baseline jumper, yes ma'am. Give her a career high, 20 points on the night, Miriam Riccardi. And she's got Lander an 11-point lead, and then a carry violation against the Eagles. Bearcat basketball with 3:27 to go. And Lander's got an 11-point advantage now, 76-65. Melvins will inbound to Harris. 3:25 to play in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Melvin wants to drive on Smith. Now steps back to Harris. Harris thought about a three. Inside the arc, two. Off the rim, no good. Pierce comes away with a rebound. Price. Bring it over half court. Price. Around the screen. He wants a three. And hits. Sydney Pierce set his straight score. Price has space. Nailed it. 76-68. McKinnon tries to answer with a three, no good. And a rebound put in by the Eagles. Lander putting up some quick shots here with a 8-point lead in the fourth quarter. 2:45 to play. Price around the screen again. Drives, dishes, ball nearly stolen. Smith in on McCarty, and it'll call McCarty for a foul with 2:39 to play. Riccardi picks up the foul. Her second foul of the night. And Brianna Smith again hunched over behind the arc. She'll go to the line in an 8-point ball game. 2:39 to go. Lander leads 76-68. First free throw swirls in. Smith holds the ball in her left hand, spins it, and fires the second free throw. It bounces through. Harris takes the inbound against full court pressure. She gives to Riccardi. Harris brings it over half court. 2:30 to play. Lander up by 6. Cruz. Gonna give to McKinnon inside Riccardi. Riccardi bounces to McKinnon and the ball stolen away. Here come the Eagles back the other way in a 6-point game. 2:13 to go. Price picks up the dribble, sends out to Bird. Bird around the screen, over to Price. Price thought about a three, got Smith in the corner, but Smith doesn't have the open look now, so she'll step around the screen, fire a three and hit, and it's 76-73 now. A 3-point ball game as the Eagles have come racing back. McKinnon gives ahead to Harris, and then Harris bounces it ahead to Melvins on the right wing. Melvins inside to Harris. Harris back to McKinnon. 1:42 to play. It's a 3-point ball game. McKinnon directs traffic. 10 on the shot clock. McKinnon left side picks up her dribble. 5 to shoot. Gives to Cruz. Cruz to Harris. Harris got to the hole and finished. And it's 78-73. 1:20 to play. Lander up 5. Smith gives to Pierce. Pierce gives it right back. Now Price on the left wing. Price pumps a three. Price one to spin in against Harris. Puts up a floater with the right hand, good. 1:03 to go. A 78-75 lead for Lander. Final minute of play. Melvins steal from behind by Smith, and then she lost the handle. Marasites has it, and timeout taken by Carson-Newman. 53 seconds to play. It's a 78-75 Bearcat lead. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. 78-75, Lander leading Carson-Newman with 52.6 seconds remaining. Rickson Lane with you on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Carson-Newman takes a timeout. They will have possession as Brianna Smith was the player shaken up, and we certainly hope that Smith is all right. Eagles will advance the ball to half court. This game that saw Lander holding an 11-point lead just about 3 minutes ago is now one possession. And you had a feeling with these two teams and the history between them that no one was going to cruise into the second round tonight. You're going to have to earn every point. And that's what we've got. Carson-Newman will inbound to the front court. Marisites will bring it ahead. Marisites has the pass tipped, but Price holds it. McKinnon nearly had the steal. Price is going to drive. Price picks up her dribble, gives to Pierce. Pierce gives it back to Price on the right wing. She drives past Riccarde and scores. 41 seconds to play. Lander with the ball and a 1-point lead, and Harris had it kicked by Harris Price. No, they called a foul. They call a foul on Harris Price, and she's done with 36 seconds remaining. Oh my goodness. The Eagle point guard fouls out with 35.8 seconds remaining. So Starks will inbound it to Harris. 5-second difference between the game and the shot clock. Harris is fouled by Smith. That's the fourth foul of the quarter. Check it, the third foul of the quarter against Carson-Newman. The shot clock has been turned off. Harris up on the arc. Smith guarding her. 20 seconds to play. Smith fouls her again. 19.7 seconds showing. The next foul sends Lander to the free throw line. Starks to inbound. She bounces it to Harris, and Weichli fouls her with 18.7 showing on the clock. Jessica Harris at the free throw line. 78-77, 18.7 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Harris at the line. Weichli is way back for the Eagles. Riccarde shadowing her as Harris made the first. (79-77). Ariana Sanders comes in to replace Riccarde. Harris made them both. 18.7 seconds to go. Timeout taken by Carson-Newman. Lander up three with 18.7 to go. Down to the wire we go in the Abney Athletic Center. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. (80-77), in the fourth quarter with 19 seconds to go in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Rickson Lane with you on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Eagles inbound in the front court. Marisites will inbound to Smith. Smith on Starks. Smith wants to drive. Smith going to get to the hole and makes the layup. 14 seconds to play. And Harris is fouled with 13 seconds to go.
Eagle foul number 2, Brianna Smith, her 5th.
Brianna Smith fouls out. 13 seconds to play. Lander up 80-79. So Smith will come out. She's going to be replaced by Abby Wilson, freshman guard from Kingston, Tennessee. Bearcats have McKenneth, Cruz, Sanders, and Starks on the floor. Harris at the line. Weikley comes back in the ballgame for Carson-Newman as Harris makes the first. 81-79. Sanders and Starks back defensively, manned up against the two subs who just entered for Carson-Newman. Harris misses the second. Pierce with the rebound. 10 seconds to play. Sends it ahead to Marisites. Marisites to Bird. And Wilson stepped out of bounds. She stepped out of bounds with 6 seconds left. Lander's got the ball. Wilson stepped out of bounds on a tipped pass. And Lander will inbound with 6 seconds to play. Starks will inbound from the front court. Harris breaks back. Harris trying to shake away. And with 4 seconds to play, Harris is fouled. 81-79, 4 seconds to go. Jessica Harris is going to the line. She went 1 of 2 on the last trip. Weikley is set up deep for Carson-Newman. Is back as Harris had her first rim out. 2 in a row she's missed. A huge one coming up here. Cruz and McKenneth into rebound. They won't have to. The shot's good. 4 seconds to go. Inbound to Marisites, 3 seconds. Back to Bird. Bird at half court. Bird spinning, throws it up. No good! No good! And for the 3rd year in a row, we're on to the round of 32. Lander, 82-79. Bearcats avenge last year's loss to Carson-Newman, and it's on to Anderson tomorrow night at 7:30. 82-79 your final. The Bearcats victorious in the opening round of the Southeast Regional. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll talk with head coach Kevin Pedersen. Lander winners over the Eagles. You're listening to Bearcat Basketball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Back in Anderson, South Carolina, Rickson Lane with you, Bearcat Broadcasting Network, and the barn burner in the opening round goes the way of the blue and gold. 82-79, your final score, as we're joined now courtside by head coach Kevin Pedersen. Coach, an 11-point lead late in the fourth quarter, but you knew it wouldn't be that easy against this Carson-Newman team. What did it take for this team down the stretch to hang on in a game where, double checking here, I don't believe, Coach, you never trailed for a second tonight?
Really? That's hard to believe. And I think that's the thing. The good thing with this team is we've played in a lot of close games. And unfortunately for us, with this young team, we've lost a lot of those close games. We've blown some leads. So that experience helped. We talked a lot about it coming into this tournament. We said, guys, it's a new season. We had the tough loss at Columbus where we blew a lead late. And we said, listen, let's not be afraid of that. Let's embrace it. Let's grow from that, because at the beginning of the season, and especially in December, we did not think we were going to be here when we're sitting at 4-4 after losing on this court in December 8th. So the whole message of the team was, hey, guys, let's relax, let's have fun, and let's have confidence that we have learned from what is the close losses we've had out there with North Georgia and with Columbus. And you look at Miriam Ricarte. We talked at halftime. You could tell she was a little bit rattled. And we said, Miriam, listen, I said, there's not a person in this room who does not want you taking every shot you can find out there. I said, we are going to ride with you. I said, you're a phenomenal player, and we would not be here without you. I said, so every time you get a chance to shoot that ball, please shoot it in the second half. And she came out and had a huge second half. Jessica Harris, if you told me we'd win that with Jess getting in early foul trouble, and then Simone Starks came in and did a phenomenal job at the point for us. So it's just a total team effort out there, and hopefully we can come out and be ready for the number 1 seed tomorrow.
I was going to ask you now, the quick turnaround. You're used to it by now. The third year in a row you've had to do it. Turn around quick, and you're about to play the 1 seed on their home floor. And like you said, a team that just like this Carson-Newman team, you saw earlier in the year, you weren't the same team back then,
right,
and you lost a close one here on their floor. What does this team learn from that experience and coming into this gym for now the second time this year?
Well, we learned in that game, we got in terrible foul trouble early in the game, and one thing we learned is there's a couple things. You cannot get in the early foul trouble against a team like Anderson. They got kids. I mean, you look at Ace Easter, you look at Lexi Mollenauer, you look at, I don't know the names, but number 23 and 3, the 2 guards who can stroke it. You can play great defense on that Anderson team, and they can still make you look bad. And that's kind of the message it's going to be to the team is, hey, they're going to hit shots. There's a reason they're number 1 team in the region. Let's just stay focused. Let's control what we can control, and let's just give them our best shot. And at the end of the night, if we give them our best shot, we'll take the results, whether that's a win or a loss.
The result tonight was a win, 82-79 in the first round over Carson-Newman. That's head coach Kevin Pedersen.
Hey, I got to say one more thing before we get off. My daughter is out there listening. So she's got a volleyball tournament. First, I want to say I love you, baby, and good luck in your volleyball tournament. Daddy won tonight, so next up.
There we go. Hopefully a winning night all around for the Pedersen family. Lander advances to the second round for the third year in a row. 82-79 your final score. We're back with you tomorrow night at 7:30, and it's the 5 and the 1. Lander and Anderson here from the Abney Athletic Center. So for tonight, we'll say goodbye. From Anderson, South Carolina, on to the round of 32, go the Lander Bearcats. Have a blessed evening, everybody, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. What the time is for when I got to get this court stay here from being? I know it's been a long time. I got you. Yep. Thank you. RJ, I'm just messing with you.
got to do some NCAA stuff on it tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
I can bring it back.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
You need it tonight?
No, we'll be here about 10:30 tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, I'll be here.
Perfect.
At some point.
All right.
When am I getting?
Are you or not? You'll be here. You'll be here at 10:30.
Yeah, I mean you can keep it here. I don't need it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it right there. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
You're just gonna leave the computer
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Now, will it be up? Will it? Like I closed it down. Come on in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Do I have to? If I
You like to completely shut it off? Okay, just close it. Yeah.
if I don't know how to get it, I check with her and she'll call you.
Yeah. I mean, it'll just like pop up like an icon. You press it.
All right, got
It'll be
it.
the same thing as you like.
Thank you. Yeah, let's do it. This way, yeah, we get to be done with it. Let's do it.
Do you know who's practicing tomorrow?
Yes.
11.
Yes.
No 12.
No 12. One us.
Then 2.
I need to ask Lander. I think Kevin. Well, they're still interviewing. I'm sure they will. Well, actually, I'm not sure, but because they are staying here. They probably will. Hey, John.
That's all right.
I'm sorry. We were in the middle of the meeting. I said, I hit ignore.
That's all right. That's no
I
problem.
apologize. I hope you got into the room.
We got in. We got in. Hey, we could get in from outside.
Yeah.
That's no
How long
problem.
did it take you to get in? It's okay.
No,
Well, I saved your number, so I won't hit ignore next time.
no problem. None whatsoever.
Teddy Bear did okay?
Yeah.
I guess they're going home though.
Yeah, going home. So tomorrow, who had radio today? Did North Georgia have it earlier?
Lander had radio. North Georgia did, yeah.
So tomorrow to be first game one is North Georgia and
Wingate.
Wingate.
Did Wingate have radio?
I think so. North Georgia will be on that bench.
Wingate's over
Right
here.
over here. Paul Lander will be back here, and that'll be
Anderson and Lander.
Anderson Lander. All right.
They hadn't asked Kevin about practice yet, but I'll find out.
He's practicing.
Is he? You already talked to him? I was just walking out after that. And we've got 15 Carson-Newman fans down the ladder. They're pretty salty.
About what? That's right.
It's a lot easier for them, though.
so much,
Okay.
Paul. I appreciate
About
it.
50 something.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Action, celebration at the end.
Awesome.
All right,
Thank you
we'll do
so
it again
much.
tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Do you have a flash drive or a hard drive that you want highlights put on, or do you just want them sent to you?
Oh man, if you've got a highlight right now, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I've got my big one right here.
Perfect, yeah. We can throw them on there for you.
That would be
Right
great.
now.
Yeah, because I'm trying to put our little post game highlight together now. Oh man, that's about as nervous as I thought that game was going to make me.
Oh, exactly.
We were up 11 before, and I was like, this isn't going to last.
Yeah,
Like,
it
there's
was
no way.
insane.
We're not going to cruise out of here.
No.
Like, holy cow.
That was unreal.
It's so bizarre, too, that the two All-American caliber point guards on the bench at the end of the game.